Hi there! I am making a little video on how to do the pelvic tilt. And this pelvic tilt is something that can help strengthen our lower abdominals, which supports the low back. Oftentimes, low back pain is a result of a pelvis that is tipped forward, which happens again because we have not very strong abdominals, often from a sedentary lifestyle or just a lifestyle of sitting too often. I'm going to show you a couple different, examples of what I mean so that you can really embrace and fully understand this concept. What I mean by a pelvic tilt that can cause low back pain is as we're standing, or as close as I can get here to standing, a rounded forward pelvis is when our belly dips forward and our back is arched like this. Oftentimes we walk around like this. A properly aligned pelvis is tipped forward. And you can see my abdomen is engaged to some degree, and the arch in my back is a little bit lessened. This is dramatic, tipped forward pelvis. This is a more properly tucked pelvis. Some of the muscles that are involved with this whole exercise are our hip flexors. And as we sit all day, these guys are short and tight. So in this practice, if we have short and tight hip flexors, you can see how that contributes to this tipped forward pelvis. And in reverse, when we have a properly tucked pelvis, these hip flexors are asked to be long and ideally flexible. So as you are practicing the pelvic tilt, you might notice that these muscles get tired, engaged, or are being worked. So I'll come to the floor now and show you the exercise itself. And first I'm going to exaggerate so you can understand the movement, because this is a very subtle movement. In exaggeration, we're going to have our back arched as if this is how we're walking around during the day, which for some people it is this dramatic. And the pelvic tilt exercise itself is the concept of flattening our entire spine against the floor, sucking in to some degree our lower belly and our belly button towards our spine, and lifting our pelvis to the sky. So that's exaggerated, like I said. We have this arch, we're flattening our back, we're engaging our lower abs, and we're tipping our pelvis towards the sky. I see a lot of female clients, and I talk frankly about it's the concept of your lady parts being tilted up towards the sky as opposed to tipped down and away. Does that make sense? Okay, so this motion or this exercise in real time is very subtle, and I'll show you what I mean. And we hold for maybe 2-3 seconds and release. We hold and release. Hold and release. And that is as subtle as it needs to be. Other two things to keep in mind as you're doing these subtle movements: be aware that you're not using your leg muscles to create this tilt. We're not doing a bridge. We're not lifting with our hamstrings. We're only using our abdomen and the muscles around the pelvis. Similarly, be aware that you're not engaging your upper body. For example, straining to smash our back down. It's not an upper body engagement at all. We're simply engaging this small area here. It can feel incredibly awkward if those muscles are not used to working in that fashion. So it takes time, and even if you accomplished 5 uncomfortable tilts a day, just that amount of focus on this area does trigger the body into understanding what's going on, and it will become easier with time. So again, tilt, tilt, and I'm using my lower abdominals to drive this process. Again, that can help with low back pain. It can help with tight hip flexors in the front. It can help with all types of things in relation to the pelvis, the abs, and the low back. and it is a game changer. So pumping action, holding for 2-3 seconds and release, holding and releasing. Even if you did 10 pelvic tilts a day, it would make a big difference in your posture, positioning, and your ability to be comfortable. All right, any questions? You can find me at eatmyheart.net and message me there. Have a great day.